This is my physique. I've added way more than 10 kilos of muscle onto my frame, and this is why you should trust me to help you to get your first 10 kilos of mass on your frame as soon as possible. It's going to be a bunch of weird advice. First of all, why should you trust me? That's the first reason. The second reason is my strength stats. So I can lift them off 120 on bench, 46.25 kg weighted pull up, like 32 reps endurance sets for pull ups, dips 75 kg. So endurance is pretty good, strength is pretty good, physique is pretty good. So you'll get there pretty quick. If you follow me, it's going to take you a year, 18 months tops. If you don't follow me, you can still do it, but it's just going to take you a lot longer. You're going to have to figure all this stuff out by yourself, and it's going to take a few months where you're just learning instead of just doing the important stuff. So yeah, I wish I had this pretty bad. First tip, piece of advice, daily habit stacking. So I don't hear people talk about this outside of like the productivity people on YouTube, like the people that make those like study videos and stuff. I never see like people that make like working out stuff talk about this, but daily habit stacking, eat the same meals at the same time every day. It's very boring. Eat the same breakfast, same lunch, same pre-workout, post-workout meal every day, and yeah, just eat similar meals. So people that I train, they get like a little recipe book, and it has a bunch of staple meals, and the ones that like they're easy for like guys fast to make. Like we don't want to put in effort with cooking, so staple meals just granola bowls, chicken sandwiches, dates and peanut butter. Breakfast is like how much beef and eggs to have for like the optimum like micronutrient intake and stuff. Bulking shakes, like what exact shakes do you want to make to get calories in, but you don't want to feel stuffed and you don't want to have it hard to drink, how to make it easier to drink. And yeah, all the stuff is in that little PDF guide. So inside the school group. So the main point of this is that gaining muscle is already hard. You don't want to make it harder than it already is. You don't want to add extra decision fatigue. Like this is gonna take up a big chunk of your life. You don't want to make it even harder than it has to be. So have the staple meals, have that granola bowl, the chicken sandwiches, the dates, all that. And it's going to make it really, really easy having the same meals at the same time every day. Because then otherwise you have to make it up on the spot. You have to think about, I might have to go out to eat and now I'm going to have to eat junk food and I'm going to get fat and like not look like that. So yeah, just stack your habits, have the same meals at the same time every day, and it's going to make it 10 times easier. You need every advantage you can get when you're bulking up, because think about in your life name like 5 people that have bulked up successfully. At most, you could probably name like 3 tops, and that's if you're friends with a lot of people that work out and stuff. You need every advantage you can get. No one does this successfully. Everyone wants to, no one does it right. Number 2, be in a hyper-competitive environment. Now, this is extremely weird advice. I never hear people talk about this for bulking, but it works amazingly. Be in an environment where everyone is bigger than you, stronger than you, more attractive, more successful, whatever. In whatever metric you care about, make sure they're greater than you in that metric. So you're going to instantly feel like working hard on yourself to get up to whatever you think their level is. So, quick story from me. When I joined Muay Thai, and I noticed that for the first time, everyone around me was like athletic, in shape, training hard, doing difficult things. And I was like, I actually need to catch up now. I need to, like, first of all, train consistently in the Muay Thai thing, but also gain weight, make sure my strength is up, make sure I'm still getting stronger, growing with this group, and it helped a lot. I was so consistent with my food as well. And also the fact that the cardio just made me starve all the time. But be in a hyper-competitive environment. Be in an environment where everyone around you is where you want to be. So when I joined, Muay Thai just made me work hard in all areas. Like I was more consistent, more disciplined with my routine and stuff, and it helped with like genuinely everything. So yeah, if you can't do that, a way to replicate that is, number 1, you can go to those old style bodybuilding gyms if you have one close by. Number 2 is you can figure out the hours at your local gym, what time do all the tryhards go, like when does everyone that actually cares a lot, what time do they go. And number 3 is joining us like a high level sports team if you can, but the barrier to entry is pretty high on that. But if you can train to join a high level sports team, it's gonna push you a lot. Number 4 is obviously martial arts. Number five is if you join any physical club like a run. It sounds cliche, but if you join like a run club where it's like pretty, I don't know, competitive, then I'm sure that'll be great. Oh, what else? If you join a sporting club, athletics club, that'll work as well. You just want to be in an environment where everyone is, or most people are superior to you in something that you care about. If they're better than you in something you don't care about, it's not going to work. Like if you join a chess club and everyone's better than you at chess, but you don't care about chess, it's not going to do anything for you. So you need to be in an environment where they're better than you in something you care about, and you're going to feel like matching up to them. That was the weird advice out the way. Now we got the basics. So a lot of people don't know this, I'm surprised, but search online for a TDEE calculator. So TDEE, Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator, and it uses it to estimate roughly what your maintenance is. So your maintenance calories are pretty much, you could eat this amount of food for the rest of your life and your weight will not change, your body weight will not change. That's what maintenance calories is. Whatever amount the website spits out, it's not guaranteed to be your maintenance, right? Because how would they know? It's just a online estimation based on averages of people. It's not guaranteed to be whatever your maintenance is. So use that as a reference point, as a guide, and then track your body weight consistently to figure out what your maintenance would then be. Measure if your weight's going up or down, and if your weight's going up, it's good for this goal, which is to build that 10 kilos of muscle. If your weight is going down, if your weight's going down, it's not great for this goal, which is to gain that muscle. So yeah, the way you track, quick side point, the way you track your body weight is very important. A lot of people track it at random points in the day, and that just makes it completely against the point. So very easy method is wake up, go to the toilet, step on the scale. That's it. And wear similar clothes when you do it, or do it in like your PJs or something or whatever. But you want to get rid of as many things that could change as possible. So wake up, go to the toilet, do whatever you need to do, and then step on the scale the same time of the day, the same amount of time after you wake up, like 10 minutes after you wake up, 15 minutes after you wake up, 5 minutes after you wake up, same time every day. And you're going to get rid of a bunch of those random fluctuations. Like if you wake up one day, you're like 75, the next day you wake up, you're like 78. How's this happened? You haven't gained 3 kilos of muscle, you haven't gained 3 kilos of fat, you've just, like your body's just being weird. You've just fluctuated your water weight, something, or there's like a bunch of like stuff inside you. Just measure your weight at the same time every day. With rates of gain, a lot of people mess this up as well. People either don't gain or they gain way too fast and they get fat. Aim for a surplus of 300 to 400 calories. When you're tracking your food, which you should be doing if you want to guarantee that you're going to gain weight, otherwise you can wing it and you might gain, you might not gain. Aim for 300 to 400 calorie surplus. The reason why I don't do the normal 500 is the benefits of gaining a bit slower but staying a lot more lean outweighs the strength gains that you get on the bulk, which you have to balance out by looking a bit puffier, looking a bit fuller in a weird way. So I've heard a lot about like bulking's got vaulted or whatever. Not really, but a dirty bulk was never working in the first place for most people. So stay in a pretty lean bulk, 300 to 400 calorie surplus. And obviously if you're super skinny, like if you're sub 20 BMI, under 20 or something, then yeah, take it up to 700, like maybe even 1,000 for a few weeks to get your body weight up to something healthy. But if you're like a healthy weight, you just want to be bigger, then aim for a surplus of 300 to 400 calories. A good bulk, every bulk I like to think of, I read this on an article as well, it's like a good bulk takes you up 20 kg. Oh, not 20 kg, 20 pounds for a good bulk. So metric, that's like 9 kg. So a good bulk gets you up 9 kg. So I like to shoot in that range, 7 to 10 kilos, and you're probably going to get diet fatigue after that. If you're not getting diet fatigue after gaining 10 kilos of like quality lean mass, then you probably just gotten fat. because it should be decently hard to get that 10 kg up. You should be getting diet you don't want it, but you're going to expect to get diet fatigue after that 8, 9, 10 kg mark. How much weight you want to bulk up obviously is super individual. If you want me to like literally tell you what amount of weight you should bulk up to, what body fat and what body weight you should bulk up to, join the school, message me on there, and I'll just help you out one-to-one. So get up to like a ideal BMI 25 to 27. So when you're on the BMI calculation thing, you have zones. So you have underweight, you have healthy, you have overweight, and then you have obese. You don't want to be underweight and you don't want to be obese. If your BMI is healthy or overweight, it's fine. So we want you to ideally be low level overweight, but your body fat is under like 15%. At the end of the bulk, it's not going to be under 50. You want your body fat to be under around 18%. So like that's a very blurry 4-pack. And your BMI should be low level overweight. And if it's like that and you've been training hard, you don't have to worry about what the BMI says, because you're going to look like you train, you take care of your health, right? You're going to have a strong look. When you cut down, your BMI is going to go back in the healthy range anyway. The only reason I like to use BMI is because it's pretty simple. Like, people intuitively understand what BMI is roughly. They know how to use the calculators and stuff. So 5'10" guy, you should be around 80 to 85 kilos. That's a rough range. So the skinnier you are, the faster you should gain weight, and you should gain more weight in total. So if you're like genuinely underweight at like if you're an adult and genuinely underweight, then you should gain weight pretty fast, because like you just need to get out of the underweight stage as quick as you can. The skinnier you are, the faster you should gain. If you're already close to, if you look already like pretty good in clothes and healthy and stuff, you just want to gain a few kilos, there's no point gaining that fast because you're going to look worse after the bulk. The closer you are to your end goal, the slower you should make changes just in general for physique. So if you're really close to being like shredded, then you can't cut fast because you're just going to lose all your size. If you're really close to being as like big as you want, you can't bulk fast either, because you're going to lose all your vascularity, definition, cuts and everything. So yeah, keep that in mind for your rate of weight gain. By the way, if you want a full guide to all of this, full guide to bulking, full guide to cutting, and you're optimizing your hormones, sleep, health and recovery, which I've learned a lot about in the last year, then join the school and you'll get a full breakdown of all this stuff. So yeah, just to recap, to gain your 10 kilos of muscle, I'm not going to gatekeep anything on these videos. Just eat the same meals at the same time every day and make those meals somewhat clean. They don't have to be like super optimized healthy, but make them somewhat clean. Examples: granola bowl, chicken sandwiches, shake, you get the idea. Be in a super competitive environment, no one talks about that, and it gives you a lot more motivation to get better yourself. The basics: get that, type in TDD calculator, figure out your maintenance, and check if it's accurate by measuring your weight in the morning and eating that amount of calories. And your rate of weight gain, 300 or 400 calorie surplus for most people. If you're super skinny, more. If you're not that skinny, less. And get up to low level overweight BMI at a body fat that's under 18%, and you'll look great. That's it. Thanks for watching.